Hi, my name is Barbara Jerome, and I'm here today to talk to you about Erikson psychosocial theory, in which 8 stages of psychosocial development unfolds throughout the lifespan. Each stage consists of unique developmental tasks that conflicts individuals with a crisis that must be faced. Failure to successfully complete a stage can result in reduced ability to complete further stages, and therefore a more unhealthy personality and sense of self. These stages, however, can be resolved successfully at a later time. For Erikson, the crises are of psychosocial nature because they involve psychosocial needs of an individual, i.e., conflicting with the needs of society, i.e., social. The first stage, which happens at the age of 1, is trust versus mistrust. This is the first year of life, and it sets the stage for a lifelong expectation that the world will be a good and pleasant place to live. The next stage, autonomy versus shame, and that's ages 1 to 3 through 3. And as toddlers assert their independence, if they're punished too harshly, they might develop a sense of shame. The next stage, initiative versus guilt. And this is in a preschool age. And preschoolers, they become more active and more purposeful and more responsible. And if preschoolers are irresponsible, they might start feeling a sense of guilt. The next stage is industry versus inferiority. And this happens in elementary school. And as elementary school age, as they master knowledge and intellectual skills, they they have a sense of industry. And if they have a more negative outcome, if they are slower to learn and don't have good grades, then they might have a sense of inferiority. The next stage, identity versus identity confusion. This is during the adolescent years, and this is when teenagers, they find out who they are. They get a sense of identity. They start to plan their life and know where they want to go, which directions they want to go. And if they're a teenager and they can't get a sense of who they are and where they want to go, then they might start feeling a sense of identity confusion. The next stage, intimacy versus isolation, and this happens in early adulthood, and this is where people start to build lasting relationships. This is where people start to get married and start building their families. And then at this age, if you don't get married, right now, this is when parents say, when are you going to get married? When are you going to find a good girl? You know, if you don't get married at this time, this is when you start feeling a sense of isolation. So, yeah. And then the next phase is generativity versus stagnation. And this is when the adults, start to help the young adults to, become adults, and they help bring them on over to adulthood. And if you don't have that opportunity to help young adults into adulthood, then you might feel a sense of stagnation in your life. The next stage is integrity versus despair. And this is the last stage, and this happens late adults. And this is where a person looks back on their life and starts to see if they had a life well spent, and if they feel like they had a life well spent, well, they feel a sense of integrity. And if they didn't have a life well spent, well, then they feel and they didn't achieve the things they wanted to achieve, then they start feeling despair. The strengths of Erickson's theories is that it gives us a guide to help as we develop throughout the as we develop. It gives us a guide to look at to help us as we go along in age. It's like a little map. The weakness is that is we're not cookie cutter. Everything is not always true for each person. So in that, I would say that's where his weaknesses are. Um, and that is my take on Erickson's theory, psychosocial theory. Thank you.